It's the day before the second test, and while the players have the morning at leisure, the West Indies backroom staff are gearing up for an important day. Richard Berridge, the team's video analyst, has a packed schedule, and after a quick breakfast, it's back up to his hotel room to get to work. Being on tour means Richard's bedroom becomes his editing studio, which needs to be set up as soon as he checks in.
The first thing I do is pull out my laptops and check for an internet connection to see, what's going on in the world. If there's any work that I need to catch up on, I'll do it. But it's pretty much laptops, external hard drive, printer in case I need to print any documents, charge up my camera so that I'll have it for the next practice session. And then I will go to the other bags, like clothes and so forth. Those are, the last thing I will do, really.
Richard's been in the job for just over a year, and although his background is in digital media, he's always had a soft spot for cricket.
During the World Cup, I did the replay screen operating and the digital scoring. Within the Warner Park Stadium, since it was opened in 2006 when we hosted the first game of India.
And it's a good job he enjoys the game, as he needs to watch the whole match very closely.
Pretty much during the game, I am tied up in capturing ball-by-ball data of actually what's happening. So every single ball of the day, I capture exactly whether it's a bowler, the batsman, the line, length of the ball, type of shot played, and the result. A bowler might come to me and say, he'd like to see his spell, right? I can show him the spell very easily because I'll be able to pull up his bowling. For example, I can just pull up the matrix here, says Fidel Edwards, and then it will do a movie with him bowling here.
Having spent his morning on the computer preparing for the evening's team meeting, it's time for Richard to join up with the players and take the 20-minute drive to Chester Street for afternoon practice. And it's not long before Richard's getting involved.
We try and find people who are multi-skilled. If we bring someone who can just work the computer, it means there's a heck of a lot of downtime for him. But if he can also work the bowling machine and occasionally do some throwdowns and occasionally bowl if the guys want an extra hit, or run a fielding drill or chase balls for us at fielding drills, that just makes him that much more valuable. Richard can be used at training sessions to get some video of the players. We can look at using him to help analyse their technique and find any flaws that they have. So he's a pretty valuable guy.
With players needing help at the indoor nets, Richard heads over to fulfil yet another job.
Well, setting up the bowling machine for a practice session. Some of the guys tend to come in and use the machine so they can focus on specific things. Extra hands needed for it, so help out.
But it's Richard's role as video analyst that's key to the team.
Some players really like to go into depth about how they prepare and how bowlers bowl to them and what the bowlers are actually doing with the ball. So, all the information's there, it's just a matter of how much you actually want to pull out of it.
After nets, there's time to download the data in the dressing room and advise Dinesh Ramdin on his technique, before heading back to the hotel. And while the players and management have dinner, there's still no rest for Richard as he sets up for the evening's team meeting. It's been a long and varied day for the West Indies video analyst, and as the team get together to work out plans to beat England, Richard takes on yet another role as team bouncer.
Alright guys, you followed me around all day, now it's down to team business. See ya.